Nobara Kugisaki is the most underserved character in Jujutsu Kaisen, point blank period. And I don't mean she didn't get enough screen time. I mean Jjk set her up to be something specific and then refused to finish it. If you haven't been living under a rock, you already know season 3 just started. And with characters like Gojo, Yuta, Toji, and Sukuna dominating the conversation, it's easy to miss what was quietly taken away from Nobara. Because here's the crazy part. Nobara wasn't weak, she wasn't pointless, and she wasn't irrelevant. In fact, by design, she was positioned to do something no other female character in the series was allowed to do. Welcome to Nobara Kugisaki. Nobara is the perfect example of a strong female lead, and not just because she can fight. From Nobara's own words, "I didn't come to Tokyo to shrink myself into something acceptable. I came here loud. I came here angry. I came here knowing exactly who I am." What we don't see often in anime is the unapologetic female archetype. When we do see it, it's usually written in a way that makes the character annoying or unbearable without justification. But for Nobara, that unapologetic attitude is exactly why people love her. To really understand how important this is, we have to compare her to Sakura Haruno from Naruto. Both are female main characters in a 3-person squad system, but Sakura at best was supportive, at her worst on Sasuke's dick, and written mainly as Naruto's love interest. Not for personal growth, not for insane combat movement. She fit into traditional female standards, which is why Sakura and characters like her often come off as frustrating or reduced to fan service material. But Nobara, we see a clear shift. She says, "I'll dress how I want, I'll fight how I want, I'll live how I want, even if it kills me." Nobara has no interest in conforming, and it feels intentional, like Gege was actively trying to make a point. In a climate where Shonen desperately needs likable female characters, he created one who openly rejects the idea of being likable. And that's what makes Nobara captivating, not just entertaining, but inspiring.
I'm never coming back here as long as I live. Fumi, promise me you'll get out of this village at some point.
We see this philosophy clearly in Nobara's backstory. She's a country girl from a rural, conservative part of Japan, a place where social standards are rigid. It was normal to do what society tells you. Be feminine, be quiet, grow up, and have babies. For Nobara, this lifestyle felt suffocating. Then she meets Sayori, a girl who moved from Tokyo. Through Sayori, Nobara learns how to live unapologetically. They criticize the town, they challenge the status quo, and as they grow older, Nobara searches for something more, and eventually moves to the city. Contrast that with Fumi, the friend who chooses to stay behind. These friendships aren't about who's right or wrong, they represent philosophical crossroads. For Nobara, moving to Tokyo isn't just a small town girl goes to the big city, it's her choosing to live for herself, not staying confined, not staying humble, but being fully unapologetically herself. Nobara's cursed technique is way more powerful than people give credit for. In Jujutsu Kaisen, there's a wide range of insane ability, but that doesn't make Nobara's technique any less impactful. Her cursed technique resonance creates a link between her target and another object or person. She needs one of the following: a body part, the target's blood, or a cursed object connected to them. Once linked, the straw doll acts as a proxy. Damage done to the doll is transferred directly to the target. Hairpin expands this. Nails act as cursed energy anchors. Detonations spread cursed energy outward. Damage can be direct or environmental. This technique worked especially well against Mahito. She was genuinely a problem for him, and she directly helped Yuji gain the upper hand, which is what makes what happens next even worse. Spoiler warning, Nobara's death or fake death was mishandled. This might be subjective, but it's hard to believe Nobara couldn't have played a major role post-Shibuya incident, especially when she wasn't even dead. Her fake out death destroys the weight of the moment entirely, and throughout Jjk, Nobara is sidelined in almost every major arc. During Mahito's invasion, of Jujutsu High, we barely see her. During Shibuya, her portion of the arc is one of the weaker ones until her fake death. She never fights Sukuna, despite technically being alive, and when she's reintroduced at the end, it feels random, like Gege saying she's alive just for the sake of it, not logical reasoning, not thematic chaos. Meanwhile, Yuji evolved, Megumi evolved, but Nobara, we never get a proper conclusion. Her philosophy living repressed versus living unapologetically is never resolved, and that's the biggest letdown. At the end of the day, Nobara Kugisaki was underserved. She's a strong female lead with a meaningful backstory. Her character tackles the philosophy of expression versus conformity. Her cursed technique is powerful enough to be relevant even in the final stages of the story, and yet she was thematically sidelined. But that's just what I think. If you disagree, let me know down in the comments. Once again, my name is AOI-KUN, and this was my synopsis.